Hello. We're here to play some Final Fantasy XIV. Sorry I skipped last week. I just didn't feel like it. And then I accidentally forgot to actually start the countdown. I let it run for the whole time because I was doing something exciting. My katanas came in. So I have katanas now. For training. But that's fun. I now have more weapons in my house to train with. I also have swords, but they're over there. Anyways. Play! I'll start out with, thank you, Matera, for the, Prime sub for 5 months now. I very much appreciate it. I would hope no one's breaking into my house. I don't make it very friendly. That's not true. I do have weapons. And swords within reach. So. All the fun stuff. Anyways, we're actually getting back to playing some Final Fantasy XIV. There is the Easter event out, so we will be doing the Hatching Tides event today, as well as trying to progress a little bit in story. Last week we went through, or a couple weeks ago. Might have been 3 weeks now. I don't know, it's been a while since I streamed. We beat Gaijin. Now we're gonna play games. Let's go. Nah, I thought I should bash him with the hilt instead. Why would I stick him with the pointy end? That doesn't seem like the logical way to use a sword. Yeah, I've had a weird day so far. Boop the Freya! Freya, come here! Come here! Come here! Come on! Freya gets all the boops. Now, question is, do I actually have Cactbots? Check. Yes, I do. Okay. I tried to catch up because I missed a week, but I'm like, I could have missed it again. I don't. We did not win, but that's okay. Alright, so... There we go. Have to actually look cute to go play Easter Bunny. I don't even know if that's what we're doing. I haven't done this on my main yet, so who knows. Also, I have an absurdly large can of alcohol right now. You know the typical tall cans? This is almost twice that size. I guess it's in Gradonia. I didn't actually look to see where I'm supposed to be going. We'll see. It'll all work out. Who needs to know what they're doing? That's for nerds. papaya, papaya, papaya. It's Baby Bun. One come all, for the happy season of hatching tides is upon us once more. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Jilly Aliapo. It is my honor to make your acquaintance. I am charged with overseeing the festivities here. May I ask your name, adventurer? Aelin, allow me to officially welcome you to the celebration of the hatching tide. This annual event began with a dream I had right before the last calamity, and ever since, I've done my utmost to realize the prophecies spoken unto me whenever springtime returns to the realm. This year, I dreamt of a marvelous golden egg rising from curious flora. As we speak, our dreamers are hiding eggs in the black shroud for participants to lift from the shrubbery, thereby reenacting my dream. Successful seekers will be rewarded with very stylish glasses. Although, no little time has passed since I've had word from dear Nonota, who is organizing the operation. Cannot help but worry something has gone awry. If only I could go find her myself, but alas, I have duties to attend to here. Of course, Aelin, perhaps you'd be so kind to seek out Nonota in my stead? Thank you. I hope she has returned to Gridania safely. It would be worth checking the Aetheryte Plaza before venturing further afield. She too should be wearing a pair of arithmetic glasses. Hers are in the shape of chickens. Like, do I see anyone gathering anymore? But this server's too dead for that anyways. My glasses? They're a prize for participating in this year's Hatching Tide festivities, but... Marvelous! I chased the leafy beast and discovered the most fortuitous chicken. But, for now, I must away. I look forward to the Hatching Tide festivities. These springtime delights. Oops. Hello, adventurer. And a happy hatching tide to you. How can I be of service? Jilly sent you? I suppose I have been gone for a while. But I've been having trouble hiding our eggs in the arena. As I worked, these tall, thick grasses suddenly sprung forth. I tried to trim them back, but not even my best gardening scythe could make the smallest impression. At best, I managed to snip a couple leaves. Now I cannot help but worried that our arena is carpeted not with the typical brambles, but a variety of leafkin. We can hardly send our egg hunters into the nest of monsters, but what to do? It would help a godsend, truly. And let us start by gathering information about the peculiar plant. Though I know adventurers generally prefer to slay monsters first and ask their questions later, I shall head to the Botanist Guild. In the meantime, if you could ask around Caroline's canopy regarding the strange specimen, be great. I would greatly appreciate it. Here, take one of the leaves I managed to salvage. Let us reconvene in the Aetheryte Plaza once we gathered what information we can. Hey there, beautiful. Are you looking to hire? I'm good with the lamps. Uh-huh. How I recognize this. A whole swarm of these leafkin was crowding in a little corner of the Black Shroud just the other day. Never seen anything quite like it, so I tried giving it a poke. But would you believe it? The leaves and flowers just kept growing back. Easy as you please. Eventually, I just gave up. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's feeling impotent. Impotent. Welcome to Caroline's Canopy. If there's any way I might be of service to you, you'd only ask. While I'm well versed in leaves steeped from myriad of teas, my knowledge can offer no insight into this particular specimen. My apologies. However, we did have a guest come in search of strange leafkin just moments ago. An elegant gentleman wearing shaded spectacles. He introduced himself as an alchemist specializing in the study of wild beasts. Well, he did seem somewhat eccentric. Perhaps an expert of his standing might offer assistance you require. I believe he said he was bound for Old Gridania, should you desire to seek him out. Greetings, adventurer. Have you come seeking a contract? Oh yeah, what he said. Yeah, that, he's clearly a fuckboy, so that's fun. I believe, I dare say, it comes from some variety of flytrap. We often receive petitions regarding roselets, but I don't believe I've seen leafkin of this particular shade of green. Curious. Hey, he can be bi. He can be bi and proud of it. I still don't appreciate what he's saying, but he's allowed to be, he's allowed to flirt with whoever he wants. He may or may not get his balls cut off for it, though. Just as typical plant life flourishes during the season, so do leafkin. I would not be surprised if some aberrant strain has developed in the process. If you require assistance in culling it, do not hesitate to ask. What, to be a fuckboy? Ring can also be a fuckboy. There can be multiple fuckboys. You're back. Perfect timing. According to the folks at the Botanist Guild, the leaf belongs to a type of highly durable leafkin. So durable, in fact, that the piece you and I possess is apparently still very much alive. What did you discover? Ah, I see. So he's a fuckboy. Statement doesn't change. So others have been similarly unsuccessful in cutting them back. In which case, developing an alternative strategy seems in order. The alchemist you mentioned seems like a good lead, don't you think? As an Ellison with shade spectacles, perhaps it was the fellow whom I was speaking earlier. He did say something about chasing leafy beasts. After all, I'll head over and see if we can't find him. I did know this already. I still like to make it known. I love seeing ads for Brynhilder all the way out here. I'm like, I'm not on my home server. Why are you telling me to go back to my home server? Oh ho! The fortuitous chicken has found me again, along with the Lady of Adventure. Yes, that sounds like me. Ravenous for Leafkin, large and small, a wayfaring alchemist, Herberin are at your service. What? On its very leap, I've been pursuing for moons upon moons, moons upon moons upon moons upon moons. That is to say, if you are seeking assistance in combating this menace, I would be happy to help. Would be much obliged. As an alchemist, would you say that there's some sort of concoction that might be effective against these creatures? Ho ho! Don't you know the efficacy of my concoctions, little chicken? With this aberrant leaf in his possession, Herberin the Great can finally realize his purpose for traveling to the Twelveswood, can finally seize his quarry by the stalk and wrestle it into submission. You are a fascinating man. By my enthusiasm overcomes me. You see, as I was poring over the leafkin of this very persuasion, my eyeballs were subjected to quite a piece of mischief. Since then, they burn like the seven hells if exposed to sunlight, wind, or most anything. So long as I wear these tinted lenses, I can remain upright and free of blinding pain and nausea for 7 bells at a time. Quite long enough to brew a tincture that shall spare the both of you a similar fate. Now, if you excuse me, I have ingredients to procure from the shaded bower. Wait, at least allow me to foot the bill! Quite the eclectic group of people. Aha. Just about sight of the leaf has imbued me with untold mercantile stamina. The lightning flash of my The lightning flashed my gill, and the mountain grew my spoils. Okay. Those were certainly words. Now then, I must gather my thoughts. The leafkin in question is a troublesome stain of flytrap possessed of vitality so great that it sprouts forth with abundance from the very spot it has been shorn. Therefore, by thwarting this regenerative properties, we may cut its tear down to size, not only in the metaphorical sense, but the literal. You two have living pieces of its tender floral flesh. Combined with my chosen ingredients, they should yield a distillation that will forestall the creature's recovery. No effort will be, the effects will be temporary, but a skilled hand needs only a few moments, no? Soak your sight in Irvine's bane and mow with all your might. What wonderful news! Can you imagine if the creatures were only susceptible to fire? The egg hunt through the field of ash is hardly what Chili dreamed of. Fire? Heavens forfend, my chicken. The act of snipping in itself is transcendent communication, or so they say. To inhale the life breath of the forest, to welcome within one's heart the bounties of the land, to occasionally have one's eyes squinted with burning venom. These are the experiences squirted with burning venom. These are the experiences we live for. Not to mention all the free samples of plant life that will be gained along the way. Were I not liable to keel over at any moment, I would like nothing better than to slice the shrubbery by your side. However, I have every confidence that the brave adventurers such as yourself will succeed where I have failed. Now let us commence. Make me the happiest man in the realm, and bestow upon me your leaves. Very interesting men in this quest line. Just as oil dissolves oil, the extract from the leaf shall counteract their own regenerative properties. Whereby this should be brought thusly, and that should be yes. For all angles, may the scythe strike true. He's neurospicy. Yes, he is. I offer up my masterpiece, my soul, my well-lubricated gardening scythe. In your hands, may it hack away at our hardships. Am I a dialect now? No, but I'm still gonna be over dramatic. Now that our garden scythe is equipped to cut back the fly trap, we are one step closer to reclaiming our arena. Rest assured, your efforts will be rewarded with exclusive Hatching Tides gift. But, do take care to avoid any squirting venom. Harbour the Upright would like to join for this sortie to observe the effects of his alchemical miracle. Insofar as they can be observed with scalded eyeballs. Of course! Let us watch. Aliens work from a safe distance. Our arena is a fair walk from here, so I'll have the Dreamers arrange for a chocobo carriage. Come and find me when you're ready to depart. I see the spread is being watered again. I think this cup of cheesy cheddar dip is smaller than the normal cups of cheesy cheddar dip. I feel like I went through it way too fast. It's very disappointing, because I like this dip. Ready to clear out the arena of troublesome sprigs and stalks? Just say the word and an egg usher shall whisk us away. Sorry, just closing up my pizza and wings so I don't, like, bump them and knock them on the floor or something. Because that would be bad. We don't want little Freya getting into them. Alright, let's go participate in some spring cleaning. Oh, I see. Really? Fuck that one. Last one. Magnificent work. Thanks to you, our hatching tides participants may search for eggs in safety and comfort. Indeed, my chemical solution exceeded even my own expectations. You have delivered me a vision, a dream. Not to mention sprigs to the most troublesome trap. How shall I probe? How shall I stare? All without risking what remains of my visions. Ho ho! Well, I'm glad he seems pleased with the results. Go ahead and tell Julie that our egg hunt may proceed as scheduled. The arena was filled with leafkin? No wonder preparations are taking longer than expected. I'm glad to hear the issue has been resolved and everyone emerged unscathed. Not only did Aelin clean up the sprigs and sprouts, we also managed to retrieve what eggs we lost in the foliage. We should be ready to hide the eggs anew and begin the festivities. I would like to thank the alchemist who was so crucial in this operation. Do you think Master Herberin is still in Gridania? Eureka! Eureka! A man himself. You sound, cheerful? Fair chicken. Cheerful does not describe half my mood. For Hyberin the Peerless has made discovery for the ages. From the leafkin samples you provided me, I was able to concoct a regenerative ointment for my poor blistered eyeballs. I'm cured! My habit of sticking my face too close to objects of study has, at long last, served me well. For where once venom splashed, so too did an antidote. Can you imagine how else we might manipulate the properties of these fantastic creatures? We could develop cures upon cures, devise agents upon agents. We are witness to a golden age of alchemy, rising resplendent from the fields of fell leafkin. Goodness, this must be what eggs in my dream represent. That bright hope for the future that to discover potent. So, it was you, my opal comrades, who spoke of destiny. I have listened. Alas, Hyberin has been a fool. But no longer. I shall heed the wisdom of egg, and continue my work with full faculties. All thanks to you. I shall heed the wisdom of egg. Oh, this guy is, neurospicy indeed. You seem to possess a great appreciation for the spirit of hatching tides, and also a pair of our promotional glasses. Oh, these? These were not for protection against the elements, but as a reminder of the catalysts that changed my fate forevermore. It does me proud to see how Hatching Tides brings joys to one and all, and our celebrations have but scarcely begun. Aelin, please accept these glasses as a token of our appreciation. You have more than earned them. Our dreamers will continue patrols at their arena, but we may well need some further trimming. Your assistance would be much appreciated, and the reward with special Hatching Tides gifts. So, doing this quest. Usually I find these quests, like, adorable fun to do on Aurora. I think Herberin would be too much for that poor girl to handle. I don't think she'd know what to do with him, and he would scare her slightly. Alright, let's see what we can get from doing this more. Lots of glasses. Okay, I feel like I'll need to do all these on my main, but I'm not sure if it's worth wasting all the time on Aylin right now. Like, the glasses are funny, but I can't see actually using them. So getting them on Adian would just be like, ha, it's funny, I have them, my collection's complete. But I kind of want to get the posters for Adian as well. And maybe Aurora. Actually, I feel like this poster here would be really cute in Aurora's house, so we'll see. For now, we have... He's talking. Okay. All is normal. Excuse me? Why do you have egg glasses on your head? Where are your clothes, man? Dude, like... some fucking clothing! At least wear pants! Oh, God. At least... There's not children present, right? Slowy didn't bring, any of the kids here. It seems the kids are safe. It seems they have not arrived yet. Nah. I'm lucky I'm like, technically, I could do job quests for everyone. But I have a certain Ellison man that I have a meeting with, and I would hate to let him down. So, we're gonna do that instead. As you have doubtless realized by now, the High Houses of Ishgard, House for Tom included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you more assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard. Though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries of your own. Lady Nine of my own House for Tom, who resides in the Camp Dragonhead, shall enjoy or rather enjoys the company of travelers. There's also Craven Cravelin of House Helenart, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he'll be more accommodating once I inform him that you're friends of House Fortom. We are meeting with Rin's boyfriend. We have to. Like, if I was going to do anything tonight, I had to go meet Rin's boyfriend and Hazen and make sure he's good enough for Rin. As one does. Do not concern yourself with House Dismal. I shall contact them myself. Seek the accounts of the three I mentioned and return to me when finished. Though, speaking of boyfriends, I had a customer come in today, older gentleman, and he is like, "So, what does your boyfriend do?" I don't have a boyfriend. Oh. Girlfriend? Like, nah. I have been single for the last few years. Oh. Really? Well, do you like watching movies? I'm like, well, I more like playing video games than watching movies. But sometimes I'll do both. Well, you'll be quite a catch. I'm like, okay. Thank you, sir. Yep. Why, hello, good madame. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortom does. If they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some says his allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Helenart have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. I mean, I appreciate, because you know how older people can be, so I appreciate that his next assumption was, well, they could be gay, so I will accommodate for that. And I'm like, listen, if I had a girlfriend, I would have still answered the question regardless. Fact is, I'm just single. Am I blind? Did I walk in there, look at them, and didn't see them, and then walk out? There's back room. Got it. Haloni grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? Friend of Lord Harshaban? I want to help you, I truly do. But these accusations of heresy has thrown House Helenard into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. Is there something I can do for you, little miss? Is there something I can do for you? gather you've been busy since we spoke. Lord Harshpan's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you're sorely mistaken. We are at war, madame, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Gilamane's arrival in Corthus, countless heretics have been discovered, even among the elite of Ishgard society. If Lord Harshfont wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Whee! I know, front door service. It's so nice. Back to the boyfriend. Yeah. There we go. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Corthus is consumed by this talk of the heretic in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I've received a report that he and 3 knights were seen headed towards Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overturned by Duranian hordes. I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. Who goes there? Aelin? No, stay back. The Phoenix is here. Bye, Francel. I want to be praised. You did it! But what are the others? The 3 knights who accompany me, where are they? Rin to the rescue. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Hillenart if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, Miss. House Hillenart will remember your kindness. I heard the beast cries from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe? Bless you, miss, bless you. Curse those fiends. It's as though they knew we were coming. Thank you, Red. It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion to slay a number of Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Halenart that yielded the steel vigil to the Horde. Steel vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralds a slow decline of our host's great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my prosecution fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence during my dying breath. And thus we return to Boyfriend. He just really wanted to make sure you had some work to do. They decided there's no room for boredom and they would make sure there's something for you to do. Right. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? I see, a reckless plan. But at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there's a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Lock not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal within the in which Inquisitor Guilherme has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association yours. Alright, how do you propose we do that, Lord Harshfont? I assume you have a plan. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is dis- discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of Draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francel. The rosary was not his, then someone else had access and must have planted it. There is what you must. Here's what you must do: return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickman. He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Scorthus, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible. What? Someone tampering with the shipments? Fury strike me down. If all them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted, hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm House Hitler's man through and through, and heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipments did it, though. I know most of them that work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith. But if the but if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it. Huh? Could have been the fellows that were responsible for inspections? Ha! Ishgardian Knights and Inquisitors, the lot of them. If they ever turn their cloaks, I reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. I hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. Their crew coming from Camp Dragonhead from West Britain front this morn, you might consider having a word with them. Up to Camp Dragonhead, not quite to boyfriend, but close enough. Aelin, they have names. I know, but it's funner to go with my baby bun and boyfriend. Beg your pardon? You suspect that we porters have planted draconian rosaries in Hillinard shipments? What nerve! If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. Are we finished? If so, I'd appreciate an apology. But that's impossible! Once the Knights of Whiteburn Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Harshfont, I will not be held accountable for this. Something happened outside? I thought I heard shouting. Ah. More importantly, what did Rickman have to say? More draconian rosaries, and every single parcel bound for Skyfire Lock. The beggar belief. Even an inquisitor must acknowledge that this is no more than a past attempt to sully House Haleon's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Haloni that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us. We must act now if we are to clear his name. From the very first, I knew it could not be that many members of the House Halonite were heretics. At last, we have given the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my word to Inquisitor Briggy. Tell her that House Protom asks, nay, demands that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted. I am sure this lady will be happy with me. She'll love hearing this. What is it, my child? Lord Harshfall would have the Inquisitor do what? But that's not possible. Inquisitor Golemi presides over Francel's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not, if Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in alone these halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. Excuse me, fuck you! You can't go, if he is indeed innocent, his death will be, he will just go to heaven. It's fine, if he's innocent, he'll go to heaven. You don't need to worry, he's still gonna die either way. And everyone on this world will deem him a heretic, but that's fine. They have taken Lord Francel to Witchdrop. This is madness. The Inquisitor does not have sufficient ground to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. Aelin, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Guilliman in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Francel alive. There's Alphinaud and Sid just chilling. They have no fucking clue what I'm going through over here. Hmm. Hail, Aelin. As you can see, Lord Francel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. You're good, it's fine. Jocelyn Charlemagne Francel de Helenart. You stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. There aught you wish to say in your defense. Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Travanians. I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service of the Holy See. Condemn me, and you'll strike a blow to the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Haloni to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of the god and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Haloni's halls, while the wicked shall receive their Draken forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Bortom, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we have come on behalf of Lord Haurchefant. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests the charges upon Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request these proceedings be suspended until such time as full re-examinations of the facts have been conducted. Lord Haurchefant has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts, I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in the legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of the Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Haurchefant arrives, Aelin, and remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. So, I have very good and helpful parents, but this morning, I get in my car, I gotta go to work, and my tire's completely flat. Now, all things considered, I was cutting it close on the time I had to get to work. I had about half an hour to get there, and it's a 25-minute drive. So I then had to immediately call, my dad, and I'm like, Dad, I need help. I have a flat tire and I have to be at work in half an hour. Like, can you help? She actually drove me my mom's truck, stayed to deal with my tire, and then, yeah, he drove me my mom's truck. And then I took the truck to work while he started dealing with my tire, and he went as far as to take it to the shop to get repaired, and I'm pretty sure he had to put the spare tire on to drive it to the shop and all that. Like, he did all that for me while I went to work for the day, which is great because my other option was to call a cab, which in reality I'd be better off just calling out of work. As funny as that sounds, the amount it cost me in cab to get to and from work would be like significantly more than I would make in a day of going to work, so I would be better off just using a sick day. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others, I fear has been orchestrated by the enemies of House Halenard. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brothers against brothers. We may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginations of a desperate man. What proof do you have of this? By the Fury, the Draconian Rosary. When the knights who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the Wyvern. A heretic in the rank of the Temple Knights? This is grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Haurchefant. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of which first brought you to Corthus, Aelin. Pray locate your errant airship and use it. Lord Haurchefant, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard, and too devout to question your sentence. We've been any slower, you have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Halenard. Praise Alone, I did not come to that. But it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Aelin. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Oh wait, is Baby Ben still around? Before I drive myself? Yeah, okay. Alright. You look well, Aelin. May I say what a pleasure it is to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house. I might have perished at the hand of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fortom and House Halenar shall never forget your service. Now let us return to the matter of our missing enterprise. Man with the knowledge that the enterprise awaits you outside. Pray his information proves useful to you. How quickly the commoners' opinion changed. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyways, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in the Corthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the skies the very night at the observatorium. During that period, I recall that the small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have hopes secure. Though Lord Harshafont is, from all indications, quite fond of you, he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh, did you ask the last location of the Enterprise? I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Durandare of Whitebrim Front and request that he grants you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I shall suggest that you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonbone is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journey, Aelin. May Helone guide you. Wrong way. Unless you're kidnapping me. I'll resend the coordinates. That's okay. You have to go back and talk to Francel. Wonderful to see you again, Aelin. Is there anything I can do to repay you? You name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Halenart. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horns caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. We lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil. House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Durandal. Nevertheless, I'll write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cavern who attempt to destroy House Halenart, The cravens who attempted to destroy House Haleford have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us. And towards you now as well. I love watching my little puffs of air fly away. You desire an audience with Lord Drillamont, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishes won't make it so. What do we have here? That is from Lord Harshfond and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do? What to do? Timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Drillamont's attention are solely on Stone Vigil at present. In any case, not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters to show them to Sir Alboys. Yes, Sir Alboys can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. This sounds like an asshole who's like, not my job. The woman can go do it. Alphanode, you're always just one step ahead of me. Sir Brindare bade you speak with me, did he? I don't know what he presumed I'd be in better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Drillamont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranked knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for the head Churdergan. Astindian. I don't know. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Words are hard. Get out of here. There we go. Are you here to visit a patient, madame? What is it? Letter of introduction from House Fortom and Helenart? With the documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gordonau. He knows the Lord Duramont's current whereabouts. Holy shit, are these guards giving us the runaround. Like, fuck all of you! Actually, this is all just bullshit. What reason have you for barging in? Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Drillamont is just up these stairs. Letters or no, though, I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regards. You have had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly, show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. I doubt that. Sir Gordano permitted your passage. Very well, speak. You wish to brave the ruined outpost filled with Scalekin and secure the airship that may or may not be there? Are you an avatar of the Fury herself? We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Drillamont. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We come to Korthus to slay Garuda, Lady of Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sidnan Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive, but that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. And at this critical moment in Ishgard's history, the House Durandare marshals its forces to retake Stone Vigil, who should appear in Whitebrim front, but 3 mysterious strangers. Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and 2 Scions of the Seventh Dawn, a debunked band of misfits recently words are hard. Recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have duped these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandare would have a greater sense. I know not why these 3 seek the Stone Vigil, but I know we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For the moment, I nearly believe this murmur's farce. And the 3 will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It could be moons before our host Durandare purges the dragons from Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Aelin, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drillamont's trust, understood? I know it's like not up this way, but I also can't remember what is up this way, so we're gonna go look. I'm sure we have to go back down. Oh, right, you can get up to the top here. Can you get all the way up to the bell tower? Well, that's fun. I am Gargoyle. I'm sure I knew you could go all the way up to the bell tower, but it's been a long time since I've had to do anything of the likes. You, the last suit responsible for the commotion upstairs? Aye. Word travels fast in the White Brim front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drommont's mind? If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks and he'll surely take notice. How, you ask? It's easy. Serve this poor soul a decent fair meal. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them a steak using mudpup tail meat. 'Twould be a quality meat, 'tis true, but it'd be damn sight for better than nothing. If you've the mind to lend a hand, why not awake the lurking mudpups in Denifin's Pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by the clogs in their mucus glands. Dries the skin. I see a bot is fighting a mud puppy in the wall. Fascinating tactic. You helped the bot out. How nice. Was it that pathetic to watch? The ride is appreciated. Uh-huh. Didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear. Remind me to never wander near mud puppies spawning ground without a bottle of vinegar. Anyhow, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! I've never seen a man cook steak that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. There. I don't blame him. Yes, yes. Feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I had the strength of 10 men, and their wits beside. I, I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. Really, dude? Oh, not that. That works. We ought to have at least received a healthy meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. I mean, you could probably bribe me with steak too. Fair enough. Is that a fresh cooked steak? Holy blessing be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy, meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Pretty sure I just saw someone, like, fly into the air. Not like normal flying, just phase up. Ever must we train to maintain our skills at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance? You're God sent, my friend. Too few appreciate that a house Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what food can do for morale, eh? But I've forgotten about the hard-working surgeons in the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals in the hall. Do you mind taking a steak to Sonoda? She doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she neglects to attend her own. I beg your pardon, madame, but I am busy attending to this man. I'll be with you in a moment. Is that? Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I last ate. Suppose it wouldn't hurt for me to have a nibble. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. I'd have a word with you, Aelin. It concerns the surgeons. After speaking with them earlier, I've learned that they lack this sufficient alembics for their needs. You see, so I used some of their broken equipment to craft more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and means to keep me recovering my memories, since working with my hand kindles a familiar feeling. All I require to complete the device are some core of 3 ice spirits. Though commonly used to reduce the temperature of alchemic mixture, there is ways to alter their property so it draws cold from within rather than radiating it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. Alright, Sid, let's see what we can do for you. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, I don't think I need to go all the way to the marked area to get the ice sprites. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device! But is it truly Alembic, sir? I've never seen this before. I too am unsure of what to make of this machine. Well, it's certainly impressive. I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if there's an effect, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of all the medicine we could create, and the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder, worthy the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes a cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspect heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation of proffered by these unbelievers. You're just a piece of work, aren't you? Why does that man detest us so? Is it because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reason, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Before we can persuade Lord Drillamont to help us, it seems you must convince the Inquisitor Guilliman that we're not his enemy. Just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Corthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of White Brim Front. Share your findings with Elfin out in the square. I'm sure you can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Gilman. Yes, of course. I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow that day. I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night watch. While the stronghold slept, we watched the walls and patrolled the exterior in the darkness pitch black. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking I was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guilliman rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gate. I owe my life, madame. I hope that one day to repay his kindness. I think I missed someone's doctor upstairs. Oh, maybe not. I think I know where it is. Because this one has caught me many times. Inquisitor Guilliman, I haven't the foggiest whom you speak. Unbeliever, they have learned of your deeds in Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dare say scheme you pitched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Under Inquisitor's Guilliman watchful gaze, unprecedented number of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man protecting us. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Haloni's will, and they are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after arrival, but paid no mind, as I had hopes we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind, our journey is almost at its end. All that remains to deal with is this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he held in high regards. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials he obtained, Balin. Mayhap they have proved insight into the Inquisitor's motivations. Something troubles me about that Winded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure into the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the western gate. Since we've arrived in White Brimfront, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies not but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolot is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhaps retracing his steps will shed light on the mystery. Eee! Should wait till my knees heal before I go into that. Alright. We're just gonna go dump a body at Elfinode's feet. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor. Nearly come to Corthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointed? A papal appointment. Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an imposter, we have yet to discern his true identity. Why does he decide to oppose us? We must proceed quickly, Aelin, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Drillmont has already been turned against us, I fear this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But who might persuade a man so quick to discard the endorsement of two high houses? The cook says the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony to support our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jalot with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of the night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, if we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Oh, you have returned. There's something else you want to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. If that cannot be possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, and a dedicated servant of fury. You would have me believe all that's a lie? If you're so certain that of your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. I don't believe I know you, madame. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know aught of it. Not at all. You know, don't you? Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jalot gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Javonian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, trained to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jalot and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forth. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jalot to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whiterun Front, the Inquisitor was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries, as I feared. He was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillmont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southwest of Whiterun Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipment bound for Skyfire Lock. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of conspiracy against host Hillenart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Haloni, forgive me for not acting sooner. don't know if I can get around this way. I can't remember. No. No, maybe. You know, haphazardly piling snow on everything you're trying to hide isn't the best way of hiding things. You know, for a body, for these rosaries, like, come on, dude. Get more creative. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Better be a very good explanation for why you're carrying these rosaries. Where did you find the papal encyclical? Fury take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic. Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Aelin, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring the infernal impostor to justice. I'm sure I could use that. Thrice damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hell's take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul, whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Aelin. Together, let's put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Alright. I think with that, before we go into Snowcloak, we are going to end for tonight. It's not super late yet, but I have a few other things I want to do tonight. So we will end it there. We at least are we're right before the next dungeon, so we will kick off next week with another dungeon. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, everyone, enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday. And I will see you all in a week's time, hopefully. Until next time, have a good night. Bye.